Hey guys, I got another one for you today. Today I'm in my mouse, and actually, like the first third of this game, it's going to be my daughter playing. Kids wanted to play in a tank, so I tried to get them some user-friendly tanks. My 13-year-old took the T95 and did not do so well. So my 8-year-old Danica decides that she wants to play, so I get her a mouse. Like, it's truly hard to mess up in a mouse. So she's trying to figure out the driving controls, and she stops a few times. She gets shot by her teammate because he's frustrated. He was trying to help, like, push her. Alright, so in most mouse matches, the game progresses slowly, so I'm not going to put you guys through this. So I keep telling her to aim towards this ravine here. So she gets that straightened out. She's doing good. I'm like, there's tanks up to your right. Stop hitting that guy. She sees that guy get hit, so now she's scared. But she drives up to here, and she gets hit. And I tell her, don't sit here, because Artie can get you. So tell her to push. Stay in the low ground, but push. So she starts driving up into the field. And she's trying to figure out her turret out while she drives. And at this point, she, like, sort of gets it. She shoots the IS7 and tracks him there. And they're actually progressing all the way through the 9 line and into K5. So tell her she needs to go back to base. And I tell her not to go through the field, but then once I kind of see the layout of their team, I tell her it's fine to go through the field. She really just needs to get back at this point. So it's 9-8. I really don't know, like, if they're gonna win. You can see their IS7 hasn't just took his first set of damage there. And remember his name, Tailor-Made Tank. And at this point, I tell her to shoot at these hills. And I think I've got the controller at this point. So the IS7 shot her cheek, I believe, and damaged her gunner. Or mine, whatever you want to call it. I'll say mine now. And this Type 4 tried to flank, and unfortunately I couldn't get up that hill fast enough, so I'm going to lose my Type 4 here. And you can see we're in a 2v3. And I know this guy's a good player. He's got 3 stars on his barrel. So I lean up onto this rock to shoot down into his front plate. And if I can push him out sideways and break his track, I should have him set. Now this was an awkward situation because I couldn't really get my gun down on him. I could only see his turret when I'm back on these rocks. And for some reason, he's not shooting at the scout. I think it's probably because he knows the scout's out of shells and he's got to try to kill me. But he wasn't shooting at me either, so maybe he was ammo racked. Alright, so he's in a platoon with this chieftain, and I can't get... My gunner's dead, so my turret doesn't traverse very well. And I take a risk by driving out sideways of this guy, but I had an easy shot on his lower plate, and I just missed it. I even aimed, and my gunner still put the shell below the tank. Alright, so unfortunately they have a batch at 155.58, so he tracks me again. But I have an exceptional crew on here. I mean, if you're in a super heavy, you need to make sure you got repairs and track mechanic, and you can see I have Chocolate, Brothers in Arms. Like, my crew can get the get the track back on quick. So I know Artie's either reloading. I think he might have one shell left, but I really don't care. Kill the chieftain, and now it's just a driving game. Now at this point I risk, if I go to their base, he somehow passes me and gets on mine, it's going to be tough for me to get back to the base. So what I want to do is at least make him travel the longest distance, which would be down the one line, because I know he's shooting from like B9 area. So if I can make him go all the way around the map, at least I can get to his base about the same time as he gets to mine. But really I'm hoping that I can just spot him up and go from there. So, and I do. There, I spot him in J0. And now he's going to poke that hill at me. So I'm really indecisive on whether I want to try to aim with a dead gunner or if I want to keep moving in case he's got a good shot on me. Now it is the smallest caliber gun for an artillery, tier 10. And I do have a heavy, super heavy spall liner on here, so I think, I mean, if he gets some lucky rolls, then it's going to be tough. So you can see he comes over the hill to try to catch me off guard, and he's going to be able to out-traverse me. However, while he's driving, his accuracy is horrendous. So, you know, I am kind of worried that he's going to shoot the back of my tank, and you can see that he really doesn't do much to me. So at this point, I'm confident. He's got 2 more shells. There gets a good shot with 200, but he's got to have a pretty exceptional roll here to kill me. And he does get 300, but he leaves me on 64. And at this point, he's got to out-traverse me for a minute, because that's his reload time. And I'm just hoping that he starts to drive away, because then I can just get a shot in like this. So I put him down, win the game. Then a message pops up on my screen. From Tailor-Made Tank, the IS7 that I killed. He says, I'm a dumbass and I deserve to lose. And I asked him how he figures. And he says, I effing suck. And I'm like, I smoked you, bubby boy. And then he proceeds to tell me I look like an idiot. I'm guessing he's talking about my avatar. And then he wants to 1v1, and I'm telling him he did a good job. He bullied my potatoes and racked up 7,000 damage. Then he wants a 1v1 again, and I tell him, send me an invite, I'll do it again if you really want me to. And then he says he's in a game, proceeds to call me faggot. And I tell him he should read his clan name and follow the suit. His clan name's Delete, so that was my joke to tell him to delete the game. And then I tell him I'll wait here in the garage for him. And I'm not going to take my mouse against his IS7. We'll both play IS7s. So I just created a match in Proving Grounds and left it public and open to one player, and hoping that he would join me, because he doesn't message me back. So then I'll get to endgame stats, and once I looked at the endgame stats, I understood why he was so mad. Now apparently this guy has never been, has gotten his comms banned, because that talk will get your communications banned easily. Alright, so took second with 2,400 damage. 5,100 did 2,500 damage. E75 did 3,000. I by no means think that I carried this game. However, I did finish it out. He did 7,600 damage with 5 kills. And you can see he didn't even take damage from my teammates until we got back from the left side. So then we proceed to a 1v1. And you can see I won it. Now he's a 3-star IS7 and I've only 2 marked mine. However, I'm pretty confident. I've played this tank a lot. And I don't really play to get 3 marks in my tank. Like, don't get me wrong, if I get close to it, I try to grind it out. But a lot of the times, I just put my tank more at risk because I'm trying to go for the win, rather than just trying to farm that extra damage to make sure that I have good damage average games. Alright, so he starts in K9, I start in A9, and I just want to use these hills, make sure I'm at least hull down when I spot him. We spot each other, and he's actually pretty hyper aggressive. I hit his ammo rack there, and the one thing I wish I did, I mean, not that big of a deal, but I forgot to put repair kit on here. In a 1v1, your repair kit's probably more important than a med pack or a fire extinguisher. If you get lit on fire, you're pretty much going to lose anyways. Trying to get his health here. I believe I'm one shot ahead of him since I penned him as he came over the hill. Now, the side armor is going to be the best to try to deflect the shot. However, since I have the damage advantage on him, I'm just going to face hug him, and if we go 1-for-1, then I'm going to take him out here. After I beat him here, I give him the nice little salute, and then he proceeds to tell me that I was spamming APCR and that's why I won. And I'm pretty sure he was doing the same, but he just wanted to make sure that he knew I was spamming APCR. So, just interesting battle. Find such an angry person that wants to 1v1, and I don't 1v1 people a lot, but that guy, I had to, give him the satisfaction of me crushing his soul. That's all I got for you guys. I will talk to you later.